This video was done a long time ago. There are better ways of doing it today. After I put this on the web, maybe 6 to 8 months, I heard from a fellow RVer, Quartsite, that he had the exact solution. I didn't have to go to all that. And he wanted to know why and tell people about him. And, well, I searched the internet, didn't find him at the time. But I suggest that you do search the internet now to see if you can find a better solution for you than what I did. I leave this up here because, hey, I may need to change a lock or repair one. I want to know what I did. Storage door, if it's locked on your RV, more than likely it has a CH751 key. It's good for the manufacturer and it's good for the RV salesman, but it's not very good for the RVer. I didn't like the idea of, when I went away from my fifth wheel, that a fellow camper could easily get into my basement of my RV and see what I had, and if they needed it, just take it. Don't get me wrong, I've never been robbed, at least what I know about, but I just wanted to add just a little bit more security. But let's face it, if someone wants something inside your RV, they're going to get it. Tubular cam locks are more secure than a flat-bladed key. You may have seen this type of lock to open soda pop machines. Do your own research to find your best solution. What was my best solution? Well, it was to go to a locksmith. Locksmiths are more expensive, and if you have any doubts at all, they even come out to your house and rekey your RV, but that gets quite expensive. As you will see, I had a square opening and I had to use the torque of the key with a round shaft, and that didn't work out well, so I had to come up with a modification. My locksmith was able to do this for me and knew exactly what type of tubular lock that I needed to buy. Here's what he sold me, and you can go to this website for an instruction sheet to see if it is your solution also. This picture shows you a properly aligned tubular cam lock. Note that you put the key in at the 12 o'clock position, you turn it left 90 degrees, and you're able to take the key out at the 9 o'clock position. In this picture it shows you the cam that was used in my solution. This cam can go in two different ways just by pulling it off of the lock and turning it over. The lock itself can come out and be flipped 180 degrees also, so there's quite a few combinations in order to get this cam lock to do exactly what you want. I would suggest at this particular point in time, check it and get it to work the way you want it before you go on. Keep in mind the cam does go on before we proceed to the next picture. The insert that you see in the next photograph here actually has to be pressure fit inside the square opening in the reusable lock piece. I had to grind off the nibs on the right hand side, upper and lower, and also the thicker part on top and on the bottom I ground off just a little bit, and I was able to take a pair of pliers, push it into the square opening, making a very nice pressure fitting. Then with my Dremel tool, I took a tool in order to open up the inside just a little bit so we can insert it after the cam's been put on the shaft onto the lock. The old lock used a Phillips screw to hold down the lock piece and the cam. Most new locks now use a lock washer and a nut, and that's exactly what we're going to do, is put the lock washer and the nut, and once we get that done, we're ready to go and put this back onto the fifth wheel. And what I did was I changed one lock at a time. Of course, you can take all the locks off and then you'll have everything exposed for a while. It's depending on whatever you feel more comfortable with. In my experience, I found that the locks provided by the locksmith were far higher quality than what I could buy at the RV store. And what they sold at the RV store did not fit my solution. What I found most difficult in doing this video was trying to align the tubular cam locks to where you were able to put the key in at 12 o'clock, take it out at the 9 o'clock position, and it would be locked. The modification took a little bit of skill also. So in doubt, go to your locksmith with your RV after making an appointment, or have the locksmith come out to you. Just remember, you're never totally secure in your RV. The approximate cost of this modification was $150. I provided all of my own labor. It doesn't necessarily mean just because I changed these locks whether or not my RV will be violated in the future. The cost to benefit ratio must be determined by you. If 80% of the people out there still use CH751 keys, odds are a potential robber would go to their RVs before they hit yours. I don't really carry anything of great value in my RV storage, just items that I need when I camp. This is the Old RVer. Thank you for joining us today. Next time we'll have RV security on changing your main RV lock and shoring up some of the weak spots in your RV storage doors. See you next time.